Hi everyone, I have another project share to show you. This was using the By the Sea collection from Echo Park. I've already made a couple of 6.5 by 6.5 albums with this collection earlier this summer. I had some of the paper left over and I've been making the 5.5 by 7.5 albums and decided to use what I had left over to make this one. So again, 5.5 by 7.5 with a 2-inch spine. There is a tutorial on my channel. There's also a cutting guide in the Ko-fi shop. I do give the measurements in the tutorial so you don't have to buy the cutting guide, but some people like to have that and just, for a small donation to my Ko-fi shop, if you want the cutting guide, go for it. I will list that in the description box. So real simple cover. I used some cardstock. I do have a little tutorial showing you how I decorated this. Telling you sometimes a little bit of my color choices and why I put what I put where. And then here inside the front cover, on the inside front cover, there is a 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 square backed with some of this pattern paper, and this was a cut apart, so I put that there. And then I did not back all of my cut aparts. In this case, I just left some of them blank so you could add your photos to. This was the back of the cut aparts page, just had the wood grain paper. There's whale paper underneath, but you really couldn't see it because I covered most of it up. So I fussy cut some of the whales and put them top and bottom. They are open so you can still add your photo. And just to make sure, I added this little photo mat there. So I could just leave that there if I wanted to, but I liked having this little hidden tuck spot. On the back of page 1 and the front of page 2, it makes this grouping. I made some angle pockets. I show you how to do that in the tutorial. It just makes a nice presentation, I think, to have these pages. I liked having this paper and this paper the same, and then this different. And then this was from the border paper, and it already had the little ship steering wheel. I know there's a better name for it than that, but that was on the border paper. I added some pattern paper with some white cardstock as little photo mats inside those pages. I really didn't have too much left, so I was stretching what I had. This is a 3 by 4 cut apart on 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 white cardstock on 3 1/2 by 8 1/2 black cardstock. So that makes a nice little tuck spot. Not a tuck spot. It makes a nice photo mat. You can add 3 by 4 photos for there. So that'll close like that. I do have a magnet on here. You could put a photo on here. And some of the other books I made using this tutorial, I did put photo mats, but I didn't on this. Number one, I like looking at the paper. But still, if you have some photos, cover it up. Go for it. The back of page 2, front of page 3 have matching elements on it. It's just a flap. I did use some string from my stash. Tried to make it look like knots. You would see knots, in boats or docked or whatever. There's great room for a photo here, and here I have what I call a cheater pocket. So it's just glued on 3 sides, but it allows you to add these photo mats, or you could put photos there. I left the back blank so you could either journal on there or glue the photo. You could actually glue the photos right onto the front of here if you wanted to as well. But I sort of like those. And they're held down with a magnet. The next grouping of pages is another angled pocket grouping. Now I did this differently. I glued things wrong. I wanted this paper to be on here, but instead it's on here, and that's okay. It's just another way of decorating the books. I didn't add anything to these pockets. I really like the wood grain, so I left that blank. There are photo mats here. I did put white cardstock on the back of that. Love that photo mat. This opens like that. I added some stickers from the sticker sheet, and there is a little tuck spot. That is one of the 2 by 2 elements that were in the collection. And here is another photo mat that I did back. So that'll close like that. And then the next grouping of pages has No real elements. I toyed around with the idea. I don't know if it worked, but there was still some 2x2 cut aparts. So I put them on some black cardstock, added a little tab, and put them here. Now it does get a little bit hung up, but if you lift them up, it goes there. And it adds a nice element to the page. Stickers here so that it's not matchy-matchy, but it coordinates nicely. The last page has, this was cut from a cut apart. I love that wood. It's just pretty wood, and I added one of the photo mats, one of the cut aparts in there, so you can put a photo on there, and it goes like that. And then on the back page, I loved that one of the papers, it's this paper, I was able to cut these circles out of that paper, and that makes our little circle closure, which gives us a nice size pocket with a couple of photo mats. So you could add photos to the back of there, or journaling, or both. So those will go in that pocket. Love that anchor paper. It sort of matched with this paper. And then again, this will close like this. And there we go. There's the back cover or spine. That's fussy cut from the paper that has the wood grain on it. And there we go. So that is using the By the Sea collection from Carta Bella. I hope you like this little walkthrough. If you're interested in making this, I'll list the tutorial in the description box so you can check that out. That's what I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous